Welcome to Chezzie's Digestive Harmony. I'm your host, Cherie Segal, General Wellness and Gut Health Coach. Curious on how to improve your digestion or your general wellness? Send your queries or questions to Wellness Coach by Cherie Segal at outlook.com, or you can find me on Instagram at Wellness by CS. I'm here to lend an ear and offer guidance to better your health. So grab your favorite drink and sit back, relax, and let's dive in. To another episode of Chezzie's Digestive Harmony. I'm your host, Cherie, and today's episode I'm looking at my last thyroid podcast in the series that I've done. I've done two before previously in the last coming weeks, and it's on Graves' disease, and I'm going to look at a holistic and clinical approach to Graves' disease. So what is Graves' disease? Graves' disease is an autoimmune disorder that affects the thyroid, leading to an overproduction of thyroid hormones. And it's a condition known as hyperthyroidism. This excessive hormone releases and accelerates the metabolism, and an excessive amount of it causes this. So causing symptoms like weight loss, rapid heartbeat, anxiety, and heat intolerance. The disease results from the immune system mistakenly attacking the thyroid, triggering excessive hormone production. Graves' disease management. This involves both clinical and holistical approaches. And, the clinical treatments that are involved are antithyroid medications that reduce thyroid hormone production, beta blockers. They manage symptoms like rapid heartbeat, radioactive iodine therapy, which shrinks the thyroid, and surgery, where you actually have to remove parts of the thyroid in severe cases. And holistic approaches, anti-inflammatory diets. The norm: avoid processed junk foods and sugar and gluten if you are gluten intolerant. Gut health support, use probiotics, bone broth, and fermented foods. Stress reduction. Stress reduction's a huge one. A lot of meditation, yoga. I practice gratitude twice a day, have 5 minutes to myself just to breathe. And deep breathing too really helps. Nutrient support, selenium, zinc, vitamin D, and magnesium. These really help too. Lemon balm, bugleweed, and motherwort are the herbs too. Toxin reductions, avoid endocrine disruptors like BPA, pesticides, things that, come in your cosmetics, your soaps, your detergents, even your cleaning products. And every day you can actually buy alternatives or even make your alternatives. They're very quick. I use a lot of vinegar and baking soda and detergent, and just the low sulfate detergent you can just get cheap at Aldi or Woolies. Combining these methods can help restore the thyroid balance and overall well-being. I know with my Hashimoto's, I don't have to take any medication for it because I try and keep my stress under wraps. I know that when you're at work and stuff, it's very hard, and we're in such a rush society as well, but having that 5 minutes really helps my immune system and helps me just, clear my head in the morning and in the evening before bed. So what actually is Graves' disease? Let's look into that a little bit more. Graves' disease, it's an autoimmune disease in, the immune system basically produces thyroid, stimulating TSI, also known as immunoglobulins, and this causes the thyroid to overproduce hormones, causing the thyroid, to overproduce things, and this leads to hyperthyroidism, accelerating metabolism, and affecting multiple body systems. Common symptoms are rapid heartbeat, unexplained weight loss, anxiety and irritability, heat intolerance, as I mentioned before in the beginning, Eye issues. So Graves' ophthalmology, including bulging eyes and vision problems. Potential triggers. So you could have a family history genetical, which increases susceptibility. Chronic stress elevates cortisol, disrupting immune balance. Gut dysbiosis, leaky gut, imbalanced microbiome in your gut can fuel the inflammation. Nutrient deficiencies such as low selenium, iodine, vitamin D, and zinc may contribute. Environmental toxins, exposure to pesticides, heavy metals, and endocrine disruptors, like I mentioned just before, can trigger immune dysfunction. Addressing these factors through medical and holistic strategies can help manage Graves' disease effectively. Clinical approaches to treatment, some more. Medication, I mentioned beta blockers. So the beta blockers help manage symptoms like your rapid heartbeat, while antithyroid meds like methimazole and PTU reduce thyroid hormone production. Radioactive iodine therapy. And this therapy and this treatment destroys overactive thyroid cells, gradually reducing hormone levels. And it often leads to hypothyroidism, hypo, requiring lifelong thyroid hormone replacement. Surgery in really severe cases, as I mentioned previously, thyroidectomy. It's recommended for severity and in the cases that are really bad, large goiters, or when other treatments are ineffective and not an option. Monitoring and blood tests. So regular TSH, T3 and T4 tests are essential to track thyroid function and adjust treatment as needed. A tailored approach combining these treatments with lifestyle adjustments can help manage Graves' disease effectively. Let's look at holistic and natural healing. So we'll start with gut health and inflammation. So addressing leaky gut, removing gluten, dairy, and processed foods. Only remove the gluten, guys, if you have been tested for celiac, and if you have been, remove the gluten. Other than that, you can have your sourdough or your organic pasta and things like that, which haven't got any pesticides in, organic flour as well. Dairy and processed food. So anti-inflammatory diet, incorporating selenium. So the Brazil nuts are very high in selenium. You only need, I think, about 2 or 3 a day. And they're very, very good for, the selenium intake. Zinc, which pumpkin seeds have, and omega-3s like wild fish, or even your flax seeds. If you are vegetarian, you can have flax seeds and fish if you wanted to increase your omega-3s, depending on your tastes and your lifestyle. Woolies, Coles, a lot of the health food stores sell, the flax seeds meal, and you can have that in your cereal, your yogurt, or you can have it in a smoothie as well. Look at herbs and supplements. So ashwagandha, it's an adaptogen for stress. Buggleweed, natural thyroid regulator. And lemon balm. Lemon balm's available everywhere. You can even grow it yourself. It has a calming effect. Stress management. I can't stress this to you enough. Meditation, deep breathing yoga, and vagus nerve activation. Vagus nerve activation, you can actually, breathe in and breathe out. Certain tapping areas you can tap as well. And you could just breathe in for 2 seconds, breathe in for 2, breathe out for 2, or breathe in for 2 or 4, and breathe out for 2, 4. That actually helps vagus nerve activation as well. Certain movements do. There's a lot on YouTube as well. Reducing your toxin exposure. So I mentioned endocrine disruptors. So a lot of our plastics have that in there. So try not to heat your food up in plastic, or, using your cookware, with the Teflon. Teflon is really no. Once that gets scratched, that's it. And Teflon's very bad when it's heated up. It'll leak into the food. So I prefer using ceramic, aluminium, or iron cast, pans or pots. Perfect. And then the pesticides and, personal care products. So this wraps up today's episode on Graves' disease. It was a short episode today and another episode of Chezzie's Digestive Harmony and the impact on thyroid health. Healing isn't just about managing symptoms, it's about addressing the root causes through an integrative approach by combining medical treatments with holistic lifestyle changes like stress management, gut healing, and proper, nutrition. You can work towards a sustainable thyroid balance and overall well-being. Remember, every journey is unique for every person and individual. So working with a knowledgeable practitioner or myself can help you create a personalized plan that fits your needs. I have these with my clients. And if you have dealt with Graves' disease, I'd love to hear your experience. Share your thoughts, connect with me on social media on @wellnessbycs on Instagram. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next episode where I'll contribute, and continue exploring thyroid health and natural healing strategies. I may do another thyroid series in the future, but until then, good luck on your wellness journey and take care.